Imagine a creature about the size of a small fridge, clad in armor made of stiff bristles, armed with dagger-like tusks sticking straight out of its mouth, and able to charge through thick brush like it wasn't even there. No, this isn't a new superhero. It's a seasoned resident of the forest, the wild boar, the Sekač, a beast that's mastered the art of staying alive in a world full of hungry predators. But what really makes the boar so impressive is the way it handles problems. While most animals rely on the herd or fleet feet to escape danger, an adult Sekač will lock eyes with a predator as if to say, "So what are you gonna do about it?" More often than not, even a wolf pack will take one look and decide maybe pork's off the menu today. Young boars, though, that's a different story. From the moment they're born, these little striped piglets are under the ironclad protection of Mama Boar. And trust me, that's not the kind of mom you want to argue with about parenting methods. At the first sign of danger, she turns into a turbocharged tank, ready to bulldoze anything in her way. In the wild boar's version of daycare, piglets learn the most important life skill, how to be a boar. They constantly wrestle for the best spot in the mud puddle. It's like a playground, only the sandbox is mud, and the game is who can shove the other hardest with their snout. As they grow, young males turn into real troublemakers. Imagine a schoolyard bully, but covered in bristles and with teeth sharp enough to slice tree bark. These youthful scuffles aren't just for fun, they're survival training. Because one day, they'll be facing off against wolves, bears, and in some regions, even tigers. And when that time comes, you'd better know which end of your tusks goes where. Once a male reaches maturity, he leaves the herd and goes solo. That's when he starts his transformation into a true forest monster. He grows thick, coarse hair, packs en masse, and within a few years, he looks more like a bear than a pig. A 330-pound, 150 kg Sekač. Totally normal, and in some areas, they grow even larger. Now, picture this sumo wrestler with tusks that never stop growing. These aren't just decorations, they're razor-sharp sabers that can carve grooves into tree bark. Or worse, what they do to a careless predator who mistakes the boar for easy prey. Best not to imagine it. Strangely enough, though, for all its fearsome looks, the boar isn't some aggressive beast. When it spots a human or another threat, its first instinct is to bolt. Like any forest animal, it prefers not to risk its thick hide. But if it's wounded or cornered, that's when you see a whole different animal. The Sekač becomes a living battering ram, charging its enemy at speeds of up to 30 mph, 50 km. It's like a small car with knives coming at you. And even a full wolf pack often can't stop an enraged boar. It'll strike while running or turn on a dime and show you exactly why nature gave it such formidable tusks. Wolves don't know what to do in that moment. They're used to prey running away, not charging at them like a medieval berserker. A few seconds, and the pack decides to find something less suicidal for dinner. And if the boar does have to flee, it's got a few aces up its sleeve. First off, it knows how to vanish into the most impenetrable parts of the forest, places even wolves struggle to follow. Second, despite its bulky frame, it's a great swimmer. A Sekač can easily cross bodies of water up to 2 miles 3 kilometers wide, like Uncle Bob suddenly swimming across a bay without even catching his breath. Now, the boar's relationship with brown bears deserves a chapter of its own. They often share the same territory. And sure, a bear can hunt a boar in theory. But a full-grown Sekač, that's a serious challenge even for old grizzly. Plus, both are omnivores, so they end up competing for food, especially in the fall when calories are gold. Picture the scene: a bear tries to shoo the boar off its patch of berries, only to get surprised when the Sekač stands its ground or even pushes back. And more often than not, it's the bear who decides maybe the berries are sweeter on the other side of the woods. Even the tiger, the ultimate predator, will think twice before picking a fight with a fully grown boar. Sure, the tiger's size, stealth, and power make it one of the few real threats to the Sekač. But even for a tiger, that's a dangerous hunt. One bad cut can mean death in the wild. Come mating season in late fall, male boars grow even more aggressive, especially with rivals. Sometimes, just a display of size is enough to make the other guy back down. But not always. When they clash, the tusks come out, sharp as razors. Fortunately for them, their neck and chest are shielded with the thickest skin on the body. plus a cartilage armor plate that can even deflect small caliber bullets, all to protect the more vulnerable belly. Winter brings a whole new challenge: deep snow. Try wading through drifts with short legs and 30 pounds weighing you down. But once again, the boar adapts brilliantly. It literally digs tunnels through the snow. And its snout? Not just for show. It works like a radar, sniffing out edible roots and tubers buried under frozen soil. In lean times, the Sekač won't hesitate to scavenge. Yep, this forest tank will gladly clean up the remains of animals that starved or got killed by other predators. That said, it's perfectly capable of getting its own fresh meat too. There are real cases of boars hunting small deer, and even lambs. Despite all this brawn, boars are shockingly smart. Their intelligence rivals that of a 3-year-old child. They can solve basic problems, remember people's faces, and even recognize them later. And the sow's just as formidable. They can give birth twice a year, with litters up to 12 piglets. That level of fertility is a big reason why the species thrives. Even if predators take out the young, some always survive to carry the line. And don't mess with a mama boar. She'll defend her babies with the ferocity of a tank, even going after a bear if she has to. So next time you hear rustling in the bushes on your forest hike, keep this in mind: you might just be near the animal kingdom's armored tank, a creature that's outlived the ice age, countless battles, and predator ambushes. The best move: quietly step aside and let this remarkable beast go about its day. Because when you weigh over 220 pounds and come equipped like a medieval knight, it's safe to say this forest belongs to you. See you around.